I don't know what she's gonna do, but if she puts her head towards you, you just take both your hands and push it, try to get straight back to midline for me.
Okay.
And you know, there's no way you can hold her head down per se, but you can kind of stabilize it from it. Hands on the horse. She could do nothing. And step aside just a little bit into the visual of the sun. So if you guys want to see this with your camera, I don't know, she's so dark. But it's right here. Yeah. And you can watch it go.
Oh yeah.
Right, you see it?
Yeah.
I'll move it back and forth for you, for excitement. See it? There it goes. Yeah, there it goes. Look at that.
Yum.
Okay. And so the reason why we do that is so that, because if it was in the trachea, it would be in a hollow tube that's surrounded by cartilage. You would never see it.
Okay.
And so seeing it is one thing. Not all horses can you see it, depending on the hair and whatnot. The other thing we do is we feel for it. We show some resistance, right? If it's in a hollow trachea, it would just be like a violin. You know? It would just be going real easy. So I can feel resistance. Woo! And I can see
That went on me.
And then the last thing we do, which I almost don't even need to do on her, but it's good to kind of go through your checks, is we make sure there's negative suction. So we suck on it. Right? So if we're in the lungs and you suck on it, you're just going to breathe air.
Okay.
So those are our three. Cool. There you go. I was educational.
Yeah, that's great.
So used to having vet students around. Now, one thing, Tiffany, you can do for me is put your hand across her nose and just kind of hold the tube. Let's see. So like, yeah, there you go. Just that way I don't have to worry that it's slipped or anything. You can kind of just do that for me that way. This is just warm water with some electrolytes in it. It's like blue. Does she get any electrolytes normally?
No. I tend to put her on her in the summertime and then take it off in the winter.
Okay.
She's pretty good at it. It's so dry out here. I never know if she's sweating well or if it's just so dry the sweat's gone. I'm used to southern summers where it's soaking wet. You know when they have problems.
Right. Well, and in the South, you have horses that actually get anhydrosis, where they don't sweat at all. So that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. I used to, so we always kept her on something that had at least some salt in it. So.
I've been practicing here for almost 10 years, and I've never had a case of anhydrosis. But I practiced in South Carolina and saw it every week, every day.
Yeah, I can believe that.
So I'm gonna hold her head up just a little bit because just gravity is wanting the fluid to come back. Let's see. So, and then I'll take the tube for just a minute and I'll give it back to you. I'm just gonna check and make sure she doesn't have any reflux. You know, if she's backed all the way up into her stomach, we often will get the fluid rushing out at us. Okay, you can hold it again for me. My phone's making noise.
Yeah.
Weird noises. Does she tend to be, do you know, is she a good drinker? I'll take this.
Yeah, usually, I mean, down south she always went through like at least 2 buckets pretty quick. Actually, when we were at a farm down the road, she would go through her 2 buckets in just a couple of hours sometimes in the summer. So she's usually pretty good about it.
Well,
I take her on her hand walks, and she tends to drink a lot when she gets back to the stall and stuff. Okay. It's hot out.
This is the oil then, huh?
Yeah, we're just doing a little cocktail for her. There's all sorts of different laxatives we can use for horses, you know. But oil tends to be one of our most common ones.
What kind of oil is it?
It's mineral oil. And it just will, you know, when it reaches the impaction, which it's not going to reach the impaction for quite a while, but when it does get back in there, it will just loosen everything up and make it so it's more of a physical laxative than it is anything else. You know, their time of transit is usually, you know, somewhere around 8 to 12 hours, but when you've got a horse with an impaction, everything's slowed down. So you might see some oil tomorrow, and look for that, you know,
Okay.
around her rectum and in her bowel movements.
Okay.
That's always a good sign that, you know, you're moving the impaction through. When you start to see that a little. Okay, I'm gonna take this from you. I'm gonna pull this out.